I'm Pastor George Borkart, and this is another Higher Things video short. St. Timothy, it's his day after all. That's the subject of today's Higher Things video short. Hey, if you love our videos, if you're learning about your Christian faith from two places you never expected to learn about your faith from, a Missouri Synod Lutheran pastor, he used to catch treats. That's Jack Russell Terrier. That's a Jack Russell Terrier, for those of you who ask. His name is Thor. Go ahead and like and subscribe today. You can also donate, give today at support.higherthings.org to keep this organization, Higher Things, an organization which is all about passing the faith to the next generation. Keeps us a-rolling. Adults, if you love these videos, help us out. We're teaching you so that you can learn the faith, teach it to your children. And young people, if you love these videos, watch them, subscribe, because we are doing this for you. All right, St. Timothy. What do we know about Timothy? Well, he is the first bishop of Ephesus, a young pup. 2 epistles from Paul are written to him, very dear to Paul. He was very, very dear to Paul. He is mentioned in Acts. His faithfulness is sort of extolled in Acts. Paul, he was very valuable to Paul. Paul was his mentor. We know that Timothy learned the faith from his mom and grandmother. He was acquainted with the scriptures from a young age. We also know that his dad was probably a Gentile because Timothy wasn't circumcised, which makes him very, very interesting in the early church. Here's a here's a Gentile pastor. He was young when he was ordained, and Paul tells him not to let people give him flack over his age. That's a gift to all of us who may look a little young. I'm old now, but young pastors. See, a pastor, how he looks, how he sounds, how slick he might be, that's not the big deal. The big deal is words he says. Your pastor could be unseemly. He could be old like me. He could read a sermon. He could be slow to speak. He could be not that innovative. Young. And what's important about him, why you should listen to him, is the gospel he preaches. The gospel, the gospel, the gospel. And that's what Timothy teaches us. Be about hearing the gospel. Young pastors, be about preaching the gospel, because the gospel is what saves. You don't want to preach the law? I didn't say that. The reason why you want to listen to your pastor is because the word preached, law and gospel, the law which drives you to die, and the gospel which enlivens you. In Jesus, we preach Christ and him crucified. So, a blessed St. Timothy today. Now, Timothy supposedly died. Now, this is outside the scriptures. 97-ish AD, as an old man. He tried to jump in front of a pagan procession and stop people from worshiping false gods. And the pagans got mad, stoned him, and beat him to death. He's faithful. Faithful when he was young, faithful when he was old. Timothy teaches us to preach the word in season and out of season, to hear the word from our pastor, to cherish our pastors because they preach the word, and to cherish our people because that word is able to save. I'm Pastor George Borkart. A blessed St. Timothy Day to you. And this has been another Higher Things video short.